Everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to the channel, and well, we're going to talk about what's in the bag. So hold on, I'll be right back with you. Again, everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. And first, I want to thank you all for coming to the channel, those of you who subscribed. And I really appreciate your coming and watching my videos. I'm very humbled by it, and I want to thank you. And I hope that I can keep sharing videos with you. You know, I don't have a big camera system. I use my iPhone to make these videos, so the quality is what it is, the volume is what it is, and I am what you see. So anyway, let's get on. Before we get started, of course, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends and enemies. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below because I read all of them. I answer all of them. And I look forward to hearing from you. So, I used in the Army poncho, the Woodland M83 poncho. You know, the last one I had, I gave it to my son when he was scouting, so he'd have a poncho. And we lived under him. We lived... You know, if it was, we were going into camp, we were going to bivouac at night, we'd set them up if we expected rain. We'd cover our gear with them. We would wear them also if it was in the rain. It's just a really good multi-use, multi-tooled piece of kit to have. And I recommend everybody have a poncho with them, okay? Because you can do so many things with them. Well, you can't find them. You cannot find an M83 poncho anywhere. I've been looking for such a long time. I haven't found any of them, but I decided recently to go ahead and just order one from a non-military version or you know, a copy. And I went to Helikon-Tex and I ordered this one right here. Okay, now, this one's in brown. I ordered in brown because just to have a different color. I like brown. It works really well in the forest, both winter and summer. To sleep under, and it comes in this little pouch right here. Okay, so it's pretty compact. It's actually more compact than the M83 Woodland poncho. Now I know the Army was still using them, and they were doing them in the ACU camouflage pattern, or the the digital camouflage pattern. And I haven't really tried to get one of those, and the reason why is because I definitely don't like that pattern, that's for sure. Anyway, so I got this right here, and I'm gonna try it out with you right now. It's gonna be the first time I really get a good look at it and to see how it works and how it fits and how it smells. Of course, it doesn't have that vomit smell that the M83s had or the old olive drab ones had when I first got in. We had the heavy rubberized ones when I first got in. I went to basic training 86, and man, those things were heavy. And we had to carry them on the back of our web belts with a piece of 550 cord or a piece of elastic boot blousing bands. Anyway, I'm looking at this right here now, and you know, it's just in the hood. Okay, the hood's a decent size. I'll put it on in a minute. But I'm looking at the material. Material's super lightweight, and I look at the sewing on it. I'm going to give it right here really close to you so you can have a look at it too. Okay, it's not exactly what I you know, in comparison to the Woodland one, so that's already a thing. You know, of course the cord it's okay, it's decent, it is what it is. Okay, these aren't very expensive actually, so that's not a bad thing. And Helikon-Tex does in general do well. I look at where the buttons are at, everything like that, and it has the buttons on them. You can button this thing up. It has some eyelets on it on the corners. It has 6, 7, 8 of them. Okay, and on the inside it has the cord here, to adjustment cord here, which we never used when I was in the Army. I think we took that out, but you have that with you. You know, you get this right here with some tent pegs and some 550 cord, and you can make a really good basha. So, by the way, we've been getting a lot of rain today, and I hope it doesn't start raining again tonight. We've been getting the weather from the Sahara. Every year we get storms that come up from the Sahara, and the skies are yellow. Okay, and the reason why is because it picks up all the sand from the Sahara and it dumps it on my car. I didn't even waste time trying to wash my truck today because it's completely covered. And I'll show you if you can see it. Well, let's see if I can get this thing spin around. You see there's right there. It's completely covered in this fine yellow dust, and it's terrible. Okay, it's really terrible. Anyway, let's get this thing over my head and see how it looks. Okay, well, you know, except for being very warm in the summertime, these things are really good to have to keep you dry, and you can get it probably up over your pack, which I haven't tried that yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And you can get specialized ones that have the extra room in the back. There's some really good ones out there, but at the end of the day, there's you know, you're going to use this thing, so there's a bit of fragility there. And we used to actually repair these using 100 mile tape on them, you know, and you can still do that, and I think that works fine. You know, you can't really see it, but you know, I'm 6 foot tall, and this right here, so my hand space is probably about 6 foot tall. So this is the side view of it right here, and you have the buttons. Now, this is a ripstop material. It's in brown, like I said, it's really nice. You can get it in a multitude of colors. They do it in everything, you know, even the M83 Woodland. One of my big things is seeing if it'll fit into a poncho liner. So we're going to try that out now. So what you would do though, and this is a little bit extra on the side, you would actually close up the hood space here as tight as you can, okay, and it locks in, okay, and then the little twist in it. You wrap this thing around it a few times, and then what you do is you just run it through itself, and that's enough, okay? It's going to keep its, you know, it's just going to basically close up the hood right here really well, so that if you are using it as a hooch, you know, or as a basha or a tarp, it's going to keep it closed up so rain's not going to get into it. Now this was my dad's poncho liner from the Vietnam War. I use it also in the Army, and so it's a standard size poncho liner. We're going to see if it works in a GI issued poncho liner. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a table here behind me. I'm going to lay out this poncho with the inside out. Get some of the branches around here off the table. I'm going to lay this thing out so we can see. A little bit windy out here. We can see if this thing will fit in it. During the Vietnam War, the Army developed a tropical sleeping bag. And what it is basically a poncho liner with the poncho. And when I was in the Army, we used these also. I often would attach my poncho liner, one or two of them even, inside of it, with the rings, the grommets, to see how well it fit. Well, it's not too bad. Not exactly, doesn't exactly fit it perfect. Just want to see how well it works. I'll tell you what. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I tied it in. The poncho liner is a little bit larger than the poncho, but I was able to get it in and button it up, so it does work, okay? What that tells me is the poncho itself is a little bit smaller, so I probably wouldn't be able to get into it with my shoulders, but it would work. It would work. You could definitely wrap yourself up in it if you need to. Let's have a look at it. You can see very well how well it works and how well it will work, okay? I've laced it all in, okay? You have the buttons here, and I've buttoned them up. So it would definitely work as a tropical sleeping bag. It would definitely keep you, and if it's raining or damp, that kind of stuff, it would definitely keep you dry enough, okay? Now these things aren't 100% waterproof because the fact that it has a button liner, so it's buttoned up on the sides here. I mean, your best bet would be to get a Gore-Tex bivy bag. That'd be your best bet. And we used to do that in the Army. We had the first generation of the Gore-Tex bivy bags. We sleep in those with our poncho liners. I even bought one from the Just Cab store, which I still own, and that would do the same thing. But anyway, you can get a good idea with the contrasted color that it would work. You can easily, you know, get it up in there. Let's roll it up and see how well that works. First thing I do, of course, would be to button up all sides of it. Which, if you have a problem with buttoning it up, you know, just try some beeswax on the buttons, and that will, even some snow seal, a little dab of that, or Vaseline. Beeswax is really good, and you can get that on there. What I would do is fold it in half, like you see here. We'll tuck away the hood here. What I like to do is fold up to the middle. The reason that is because these edges are not on the outside, and then you can just roll the whole thing up, and we'll have a good idea of the size of it is after that. And there you go. Okay, so it does roll up. It's pretty compact. And you can use this, like I said, tropical sleeping bag. You can protect your sleep, enough your poncho liner to don't. Of course, I would, you know, I would not use it this way. I would use the basha and just sleep on the ground with a ground pad with the poncho liner on top of me. And if you'd like, you can actually lace up the ends of the poncho where your feet are at, so you can get under it and have your feet stay inside of it pretty much, and doesn't just open up, because that nylon likes to move. It moves all the time, actually. So this is a pretty good idea. So anyway, and then another point is that it comes in this really nice bag. This bag I'd use for something else, and get myself a little mesh bag to put the poncho in, and that way, if it's wet and you take it off, put it in the mesh bag, put it on the outside of your rucksack or whatever, and let it dry out if you're moving, if you're hiking and stuff. So that way you don't have a situation where you pull it out again and it's damp, it's wet, and there you go. So just a little bit of technique. Now these little strings you have on the inside right here, you can actually take that out and use it to wrap it up also. It's a good bit inside the chest part of it. So on the inside, that's what I would do, because I don't need it for anything else, or just some 550 cord or whatever, you know. And there you go. So this is the Helikon-Tex Poncho with the U.S. Army Vietnam era poncho liner, and it rolls up pretty well, and definitely have yourself a summertime or more tropical lightweight sleeping bag. Okay, so there you go. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Share with your friends and enemies. Don't forget your enemies. They need to know this too. Okay, and I hope you all have a pleasant day. I'll see you next video.